Hey guys, this is Joshua from Tech here with you to discuss what you should do if you have a Note 7 and how Samsung handled the recall. So, obviously, the Note 7 was on sale the last part of August, and then towards the beginning of September, Samsung issued a worldwide recall due to the fact that in some cases the phone was catching fire, exploding, etc. And in that meantime, CSPSE or whatever that acronym is, I don't remember, said shut off your phones, turn them in, make sure that they're not near you. And then I don't know, at least with T-Mobile, I got a lot of emails and text messages that said turn off your phone, power it down, don't turn it on, don't use it, take it into the nearest T-Mobile store that you can find and swap it out with something else. You could do swaps, you could return it, you could do whatever you want to. I'm not sure if Samsung gave T-Mobile that ability or if T-Mobile is just awesome and they had some awesome stuff. I heard with some other carriers, Verizon for example, it was a mess. So I think it was just T-Mobile being the awesome customer service that they have, worked with Samsung very well and got new devices into people's hands. Um, Now, I think that Samsung did very well on that matter. They said at the time that they were going to give customers $25. Also, because of this whole issue, some people have received the $25, some people haven't. That's should, at least for T-Mobile, they said that should show up on your bill cycle in 2 to 3 cycles. And then, yeah, so then a couple weeks later, the third or fourth week of October, I guess third week of September, pardon me, Samsung got the exchanges ready and sent them out, and on the 21st or 22nd, I can't remember, they had them available for exchanges. A lot of people went in and did the exchanges with any carrier. I'm sure it was a mess. T-Mobile, I mean, just depends on how you did it. If you called into customer care and got a Note 7 shipped out, then that was the easiest, most preferred way, but doesn't have to be the way that you did it. I hear that Verizon, like I said earlier, had a whole bunch of troubles and like they're charging your bill and whatnot, which also happened with T-Mobile. I've seen several instances of that. But then they got the exchanges handed out. I think they covered about, I don't know, 70% within the first 2 weeks of all people with the Note 7 Generation 1. And then on the first week of October, they started selling the Note 7s again. I believe it was October 2nd that they started selling them, but I don't quote me on that. And it seemed to be a success. There were several people buying the Note 7s up till this past weekend when Samsung stopped selling them again, and everyone seemed fine. And then we had some problems. In the past week, or last week, there were 5 instances of Note 7s catching fire, exploding, smoking, what have you, in the US. There were plenty more elsewhere, but I haven't done my research for that part, but I know of 5 instances in the U.S. And so then on Sunday in the afternoon, AT&T was the first to announce that they were going to stop selling the Note 7s for now, and then T-Mobile followed suit as well, and then Verizon and Sprint. And then on Monday, Samsung had said, yeah, we thought we would just try and we're gonna postpone any sales right now, but we might recover. And then on Monday, they said, no, we're just gonna scrap the Note 7, turn in all the Note 7s. We're not gonna issue any updates. We're not gonna do any of that stuff. So your phone, it wasn't an official recall, but they suggested to turn in their phone, to turn in any Note 7 version 1 or 2 that you might have into your nearest carrier that you have, or directly Samsung if that's the way you bought it, and get your money back, switch into a new phone, what have you. Which brings me to the next point. What phone, if you have a Note 7, like I do, what phone should you get? Well, it's personal preference. I have to say it. I think the Note 7 is the best phone this year. Is it the most expensive phone? Well, so far, kind of yes. But it is the killer phone right now. I cannot say enough good things about this. There are a couple bad things, but that's besides the point. It's a phenomenal phone. Every phone's going to have some sort of mishap or something. Um, but what phone should you get now? Well, it depends. Me personally, I have several phones. I have the OnePlus 3, I have the S7, the LG G5. That's what I'm recording on right now. Not sure if you can see it. Yep, maybe you can see it kind of in that reflection there. And I think all those are great. If you like the Note 7 and you've been a Samsung fan forever and that's all you've had, I would say go with a 7 Edge. If you need your stylus, then go with the Note 5. I had that one. It was good. Not as phenomenal as the Note 7 or the 7 Edge for my personal preference. But if you need a stylus, then that's the way to go. I think that's the best one with inbuilt stylus support. There's also the G Stylo and G Stylo 2 Plus, but those aren't flagships. Those are cheap, just to be honest. And I wouldn't really say to switch to that from the Note 7. But the 7 Edge, I think, is almost a no-brainer if you like Samsung in the way that the Note 7 feels. The S7 Edge is almost the exact same size. The Note 7 just happens to be just a touch taller. They're both about the same width. If you came from the LG G5 or G4 or V10, what should you do? Well, then what I am doing, I am waiting for the LG V20. It'll come out on the October 28th with pre-orders starting even now for some carriers. AT&T has pre-orders already started, I think. You'll have to check with your carrier on that. But that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for the LG V20. I have the LG V10. Besides the Note 7, I'd say that's probably my favorite phone as well. So I'm holding out for the LG V20. I've heard good things about it. I can't wait for it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to hold on to my Note 7 until that day rolls around when I get the V20. If you're not so much of a fan of LG, which I hear you, there's some people that are that way, or Samsung, if you don't like either and you just want to buy another good phone, the OnePlus 3 is good. I like it. It's an amazing phone. It's probably the best OnePlus phone that they've had to date yet. The OnePlus 1 was really good. The OnePlus 2 was okay. OnePlus X I never got my hands on. And the OnePlus 3 is a really good killer flagship, if you want to say that. It's a never settle phone or whatever their slogan is. I can't remember. And it's really good. $400, well spent. I should also mention that with AT&T, the LG V20 is around $830. Expect similar pricing with all the other carriers, somewhere in the $800 ballpark figure, which brings it close to the Note 7. And the LG V10 was not that much. It was only $600. But I think, it's worth it for the steps up that LG put in. I think, I don't know. I don't think that they should be charging $800 for it, but I don't think that they should be charging $850 for the Note 7 either. So, I don't know. But the OnePlus 3, it's only $400. Great great money to spend on that. I have no qualms with that. And then, of course, is the Google phones, the Pixel and the Pixel XL. If you have the Note 7, I don't think you should get the Pixel because that's going to be too small for you. The Pixel XL is a 5.5-inch phone, and actually, I guess it comes to about the same price if you want the same amount of internal memory. Starts at $760 or $770 or something like that for the XL and the 32 gigabyte model, with no expandable storage, I believe. I could be wrong on that part, but I can't remember. Good phone. Unfortunately, if you don't have Verizon, though, you're going to have to buy it off contract. Google does have a financing program, but most people that are going to buy the Pixel that from Google are probably just going to buy it outright. So $770 is price on that, and that's what it is. It looks good, and I have no problem with that phone either. Currently, I haven't had my hands on it yet. I'm just me right now. I'm not anything fancy, so I wasn't able to go to the keynote or anything like that and actually touch the Pixel or Pixel XL yet. But there's that. And then if you have had Mac products, or if you have Mac products, you've had an iPhone in the past and you switched to the Note 7 because you thought it was the newest and greatest and you thought you'd love it, which you probably do. Then the iPhone 7 Plus is the same size as the Note 7. I was just comparing it yesterday. And there's not much wrong with it. I personally don't like Apple phones, but that's not up to me whether you get the iPhone 7 or 7 Plus. That's your personal choice. It is a good phone, and I don't have an iPhone 7 or 7 Plus to show you guys or compare, but it does seem to be really stellar. And that said, I mean, it has a good camera. It's got dual 12 megapixel cameras. The Note 7 only has a single 12 megapixel camera. And some other nice features on the iPhone 7 Plus. And then, do you think Samsung can recover from this? I don't know. I think Samsung did a phenomenal job with that first recall. Everyone applauded their work. Everyone was like, yes, good job. You reached out to CSP SE, carriers, and everything. Got those Note 7s back in. Got exchanges, loaner devices, what have you, for the current customers with the Note 7 with the first generation. And then they came out with the second one, and their stock price actually went up by a significant amount. I think it was about 5% or something. And everyone was ecstatic that they had the second version of the Note 7. And everyone thought, good job, Samsung. You've done a good job handling this recall, and we applaud you. Now, of course, they had the second one having problems, and now people are like, well, Samsung, do you actually know what you're doing? And I don't know. Do they know what they're doing? I really don't know. But will they recover? Yes. The first recall was estimated at $1 billion. That was a drop in the bucket. Now the whole thing is estimated at about $17 billion for scrapping the entire Note project, and of course accessories and all sorts of revenue goes into that. But I think Samsung will recover, and they just have to blow us away with the next phone, their S8. If they do that and come out with an apology and up front be like, hey, we're sorry, Note 7 was a fiasco. That's not going to happen again. We have double, triple, quadruple checked that all of our components are top notch. We didn't go out to any third-party suppliers. We are making it all in-house, and here is our great phone. And I think they're going to do fine. Of course they'll do fine financially and everything, but will people respect them for that decision and choose to go with another Samsung phone? Yes. Will Samsung be able to continue the Note line? I think so. A lot of people are saying no, though. So maybe they'll rebrand it into, I don't know, the Samsung style. I don't know. Kind of a play on stylus. because they can't go with Stylo because that's branded by LG. But maybe they'll go with LG Style or something. Super catchy phrase. And for the next, I don't know, for the S8, it might not go off, the sales might not start off really well because people are going to be like, hey, we want to make sure that reviewers get their hands on it and that it doesn't explode in their hands. And then people will start buying it. So initial sales on the S8 probably won't do so well. Maybe even initial sales on next year's Stylus flagship that they could rebrand it into something. Maybe that won't have good initial sales either, but they're going to do just fine, and sales will be almost as good as ever. And at least that's what I think. And finally, which I should have said at the beginning, should you turn in your Note 7? I don't know. It's up to you. Is it under recall? Unofficially, yes. It's not a forced recall. It's a, we're not going to support this device anymore. It's your choice, sort of recall. If you are waiting for the LG V20, I say hold on to the Note 7. Initially with the version 1, I held on to the Note 7. I didn't do any exchanges. I used the Note 7 as my daily driver, even though I have several other phones that I could have used. I had no qualms. The second version, I still had no qualms, but so many people are returning their Note 7s. My friends and my coworkers, they're all like, hey, we're returning our Note 7s. I'm like, oh man, it's eating at me. What do I do? So I kind of like put it off onto the other side of the room while it's charging, and just to be on the safe side. But I don't know. It's more about like peer pressure kind of at this point. Do you want to hold on to your Note 7? Well, I am. Should you? I can't make that call for you. It's your life at stake, which is, and I mean, for me, it's an easy choice. I don't mind holding on to the Note 7 for now, at least. I've got this nice OtterBox case with a glass screen protector that I got, and it's gonna be fine for now. Whether I switch in the future in the next couple weeks until the V20 comes out, I don't know. If I do, then I'll let you guys know and tell you what I have switched to. But for now, I'm keeping the Note 7. Should you keep the Note 7? Should you turn it in? That's your call to make. I say that there's no problems with my Note 7. I'm okay risking it, but that's completely your preference. And anyway, that's going to be it for this video. This video probably will be unedited. It'll just be the way that I record it. But all my editing videos are getting a little bit lengthy. I am kind of being lazy on the editing side, and also I just don't have much free time. And so I haven't gotten around to editing a lot of videos. However, I'm trying to kind of work on that, and I'm trying to push out more videos. I'm sorry, this is only like the 5th video on my channel. I really hope to pick up the pace and get some more videos out there, especially with the LG V20 coming out. Planned on getting my hands on at least a demo early, and maybe I'll pick up the Pixel or Pixel XL. Leico is coming out with a phone in about a week, so hands on for that. I messaged them. I actually might get some sort of sponsorship from them as far as phones go. And I believe that's it for the next little bit. I might get my hands on an iPhone 7 Plus. I have a friend who has one, and I might get my hands on that just to do a quick review. Other than that, thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry, this is now almost a 20-minute video. Thank you for your support. Please leave a like down below, or subscribe to me for even more content that I'll be posting in the future. Feel free to comment. I would love to hear any opinions that you guys have on how to make my channel better, on what I should do, what I should review next. I have some cheap tech that I can review. I've seen a lot of videos like that. If you want me to do a couple of those videos, I'm more than happy to do those. Please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you.